Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, the parallelogram PQRS was transformed using the rule XY changed to x plus 4, comma, y plus 5 to create the parallelogram P prime Q prime R prime S prime. Which of the following statements is true about this transformation? Okay, so we're looking for a true statement, right? And they're telling us that it was transformed and they're giving us the rule. It's right here, okay? Now, it doesn't specify what kind of transformation was that, but we can think about a couple of those, right? Number one, I know it's not a dilation because it's not multiplying the coordinates. It's not a reflection because it's not just changing positive and negatives and it's not a rotation because it's not changing the x and the y values. This is a translation, right? And I can tell it's a translation because I can see that we are adding 4 units to the x coordinates and we are adding 5 units to the y coordinates, okay? So let's go ahead and analyze one of my rules for that one, okay? So in a translation, we are gonna keep the congruency and we also gonna keep the orientation, okay? So let me show you what it means by x plus 4. So if I have x plus 4, it means that we're gonna go 4 units to the right, very good. And if we have y plus 5, it means that we're gonna go 5 units up, okay? And that's the way it's gonna affect the x and the y coordinates, okay? So we're gonna do one of those. So let's do P for example, and P, the coordinates are gonna be -5 and a +4. So I'm gonna add +4 to that one, right? So it's gonna be -5 plus 4, and that's gonna be a -1. So P prime will be -1, is that right? And I'm gonna add 5 units to the y, so that will be a 9. I don't need to show you that one because you know how that one goes, right? So we're gonna go 4 units to the right, okay? So look at here. This counts as 1, 2, 3, and 4, right there, 4. And then 5 up, right? That's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm gonna be right up here. Okay, so let me erase the loops. I just did them so that you could see what was the movement that I was doing. Look at the coordinates for that point. That point is going to be -1 and 9. Isn't that the same number that I got over here? Yeah, so you can either apply the rule, which means +4 and +5, or you can move every point 4 units to the right and 5 up. Now, let's suppose that you have, for example, x minus 4. If it was x minus 4, then you don't go to the right. You will need to go to the left because you're subtracting, okay? So keep that in mind so that we can do the rest of the points, okay? So let's go ahead and take care of Q. So I'm going to go 4 to the right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is Q prime, okay? Okay, so let's take care of R, right? So R is going to go 4 to the right. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 5 up, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's going to land right there. I did the loops because when I graph them and connect the points, it won't be on the way. So it won't be that messy, right? Let's go to S. We're going to do the same thing. 4, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 to the right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. And this will be S prime, right? So let's go ahead and connect the points. And I want you to see how does that look to you? I'm gonna just mark it a little bit more so that you can see my shape right there, right? So I can see that it just moved, right? Now, if you guys have one of those wax papers or patty paper, my advice is you can always just trace your original and just move the whole picture 4 to the right and 5 up, and it should land exactly up there, okay? So let's look at the answer choices. It says letter A. parallelogram PQRS is bigger. Is that true? Is one bigger than the other one? No, it's not. It's not bigger. That's not true. Letter B. The area, so now we're talking about area, of parallelogram PQRS is greater than the area for the second one. Is that true? Is one area more than the other one? No, because we say that it keeps congruency. So no, that cannot be the answer, right? Let's look at letter C. Letter C says the side lengths of parallelogram are less than the other side length of the corresponding. Is that true? Are my side lengths changing? No, we are keeping congruency. They're exactly the same. Letter D. It says the parallelogram PQRS has the same orientation as parallelogram PQRS prime. Sorry, right? So what does it mean by orientation? Do you notice how point P, look up here, this is my P, and this is my P prime. They're both to the left of my shape, right? Q are both on the top right side. R, both are on the lower right side. So orientation means, are they facing the same way? Does it look like they're being pushed in the same direction, right? And the answer is yes, right? They keep congruency, but they also keep the orientation. Very good. Therefore, the answer, it is letter D. Very good.